Imagine you are lost in a very hot, dry desert in Egypt. You are very thirsty and need help. Then you see something green far away. It's like a big garden in the middle of the desert, as big as a small country. But your map says this place should just be dry desert. Egypt is making this big garden project near Cairo. It's a huge plan, like nothing else in the world. They are doing it in steps. The first step should be done by 2025. They will change 6,000 square kilometers of desert into a big farm. This farm will have long roads, places for people to live, 2 big power stations, and the biggest plant in the world for cleaning used water. There will also be a very long man-made river. By 2030, they plan to make this area twice as big, reaching 12,000 square kilometers. The land is good for farming. It just needs water and care to grow crops. Why is Egypt spending so much money on this big desert project when they have the Nile River? Egypt has a big problem with not having enough water. They think their population will reach 115 million in 2024, but they don't have enough water for everyone. Even their fertile land, good for farming, is turning dry. They've had to limit how much water people can use and even bring water in trucks to some places far away. The United Nations says Egypt might be one of the countries in Africa that will soon struggle the most with not having enough water. They might run out of water to use by 2025. What's making this water problem worse? Ethiopia built a big dam called the Renaissance Dam near its border with Sudan. This dam is holding back the Blue Nile River, which means less water is flowing into Sudan and even less into Egypt. Ethiopia didn't build the dam because they needed more water. They built it to make electricity. This dam is a big worry for Egypt's water supply. It's such a big issue that it almost caused a war between Egypt and Ethiopia. The dam's location is a risk too. If it broke, it would cause big problems in Sudan and Egypt, but not so much in Ethiopia. So Egypt is working on this huge desert project to make more water and land available for farming, helping them handle their growing population and the risk of running out of water. Why is Egypt building the new Delta project? One reason Egypt is creating the new Delta project is to be ready in case the Renaissance Dam in Ethiopia breaks. This dam holds a lot of water, and if it broke, it would send a huge amount of water down the Nile River. The project has special gates and tunnels connected to the Nile. These would help control a sudden big increase in water level, protecting places where many people live, like Cairo. Egypt is also dealing with changes in the climate and more desert areas. Even though 20% of their land could be used for farming, only 5% is actually used because there's not enough water. This puts a lot of pressure on their water resources. Egypt's need for food imports. Egypt imports a lot of its food. They are the biggest importer of wheat in the world, the second biggest of yellow corn, and the 5th biggest of cooking oil. They also import all their lentils, 80% of their beans, and 32% of their sugar. These high numbers of imports are a problem because Egypt has the land and capacity to grow these foods themselves. They should be growing and maybe even exporting these foods, not importing them. Importance of agriculture in Egypt. Farming is really important in Egypt. It's a big part of their economy, 14%, and provides a lot of jobs, 28% of jobs and 55% of jobs in rural areas. About 40 million people in Egypt, many families depend on farming, raising animals, and food-related businesses for their income. So, this new Delta project is not just about controlling water from the dam. It's also about improving farming, dealing with less water, and reducing the need to import so much food. The new Delta project in Egypt is very important. It will help 5 million families earn money. Also, more than 20,000 new graduates will get jobs to take care of the project's facilities like power stations and water plants. The project won't use water from the Nile River for farming. Instead, they plan to recycle water from homes, businesses, and farms. They're building a big water treatment plant called the Al-Ham Water Treatment Plant, which will provide a lot of water every day for the project. They will also use water from other treatment plants and underground water sources. They are not making plants to turn seawater into drinking water because it's too expensive. The project is connected to the Nile River, but this is only for emergencies. For example, if the Ethiopian Renaissance Dam breaks, this connection can help manage the extra water and protect Egypt from flooding. Egypt's new project includes a big man-made river. This river will bring about 10 million cubic meters of water every day. It's built on land higher than the Nile, so it won't mix with Nile water unless there's a flood. If the Nile water level gets really high, big gates will open to let in the extra water. This project wasn't planned quickly. They started thinking about it in 2006. It took a lot of research because it's a huge area with millions of people, power stations, many food factories, shopping areas, and lots of farmland. All of this needs a lot of water, which is hard to find in this region. The project is going well, staying within its budget and schedule. It's located in an area called the Dubai Axis, which was mostly desert with just one main road. This road is useful because it connects to airports in Alexandria and Cairo. The new Delta project in Egypt features a 170-kilometer-long artificial river, created to enhance water management and agricultural productivity. This river connects to a canal from the old Delot, supplying the Al-Ham wastewater plant, which then feeds the artificial river with fresh water. The river is a combination of 148 kilometers of open concrete canals and 22 kilometers of large underground pipelines, complemented by 15 lift stations to handle elevation differences. There are also 39 bridges facilitating transportation across it. The Al-Hama wastewater plant, a key component of this project, stands as the world's largest facility for treating agricultural wastewater. It comprises 3 treatment units, each capable of processing 2.5 million cubic meters of water daily. Another significant aspect of the project is the discovery of a vast underground water reservoir in Egypt's western desert. This deep reservoir feeds shallower ones, providing an additional water source for the project. More than 100 wells will tap into this supply, contributing significantly to the water needs. In addition to water management, the project is a boon for Egypt's agricultural and food production sectors. Several foodstuff production factories are under construction, aiming to restore Egypt as a major food exporter. Attracting international attention, the project has drawn investments from multinational corporations, seeing potential for growth and expansion. Remarkably, Egypt is achieving this massive undertaking at a fraction of the cost estimated for similar projects in Western countries, leveraging its lower labor and material costs to maintain a budget of $5.2 billion. Thank you for watching this video about Egypt's remarkable Delta project. If you found it informative and intriguing, please give us a thumbs up to show your support. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family to spread awareness about this impressive endeavor. We're eager to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below with your opinions or any questions you might have about the project. Have you ever visited Egypt? Or do you plan to see this artificial river once it's completed? What do you think are the global implications of such an ambitious project? Lastly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Your engagement helps us keep bringing you fascinating content like this. See you in the next video.